You want to know why I'm not the loudest one in the room? Because I actually do things. I actually get stuff done. I don't have time to tell everybody all my business. I don't have time to be yelling and screaming from the rooftops. I don't have time for a whole lot of useless friendships. I don't have time to be motivated by disruption or corruption. I don't have time to serve those that are unwilling to serve themselves. And I'm building a team with an amazingly strong foundation rooted in truth, whose ultimate goal is global shift, a completely different influence on the face of the planet. So I don't need to flaunt my success. I don't need to be loud and screaming at the top of my lungs about all the things I've accomplished, because I'm doing it for the greater good, not to serve my own ego. And honestly, I don't have to prove myself to anybody. The ones that matter in my life, the ones that are on this path and agree with this course, they know my value, they know my worth, and so do I. So when it comes to you little ones, the ones that are ego driven, the ones that are yelling, screaming, the ones that are flexing your muscles, the ones that are balling out on money you don't have just to show that you're that one, you're not that one. Nobody on my level acts like that. Nobody. Not even a little bit. I have money. I've accomplished amazing things. My network, you wouldn't believe it. And the things I've done for the planet Earth, the entire human race, picture it this way. The creation of the collective was just one part. Just one part. The cleansing of it, one part. I operate in realms of existence you can't even imagine. I don't have a level. It's so high up. Beyond the sky. But I don't need to talk about all that all the time. And I don't need to flaunt things and go ahead and name names of famous people or important people that I collaborate with. I don't have to do all that because I'm secure in myself enough to not have to have my life be all about who I know, because I know me. I don't need a name drop. I don't. I don't need a name drop. I don't have to say about all the amazing things I've accomplished and achieved, because I'm not here to serve ego and pride. I'm here to serve humanity. I'm able to stay humble. I'm able to flex only when absolutely necessary. My kindness is not weakness. It's the result of winning battle after battle after war after war for a half an entire lifetime consecutively. If I'm kind to you, it's because I choose to be kind. It's not because I have to be. Do not get that twisted. And what people are starting to realize right now is I had nothing but positive intentions and genuine motivations to begin with. The reason they treated me the way they did is because they don't understand what that means, because they've never learned it or experienced it for themselves. I don't even have hatred for those people. I have pity. But that does not mean that they get to come back in my circle after what they did. What's happening now is they're staying on lower vibrations because guilt and shame and fear are ruling them. That negative energy is bringing more negative activity and negative attention. That is karma at work. Negative breeds negative. Negative energy brings negative circumstance, brings negative consequence, brings negative action, brings more negative consequence, and the cycle continues. I broke that cycle in my own life by being the catalyst for my own change. I changed myself. I chose God. I chose to follow my purpose. I chose to do the internal work it took to restructure and the way I think, the way I see, and the way I feel. I did the work to adjust my emotional responses. I did the work to create a solidified cranial structure. My brain works how I tell it to work because I have clarity of conscious thought. I learned how neurological pathways are created, and I chose to create my mind into what I wanted it to be. I did that work. My trauma does not rule me because I don't let it. I don't even have traumatic emotional responses because I trained my brain to think how I wanted it to think, not how somebody else was telling it to think. Because of this, I don't live in chaos. I don't live in fear. I wake up every day with this smile, ready to get moving, get going, and get on the mission and task of the day. I chose to see the entire world in a whole new light, coming from a whole new energetic signature that stems from me. And yes, there has been a transitional period of people just no longer energetically aligning. But I'm not going to put myself back down just to fit in with people that I wanted gone anyways, especially not out of loneliness. I've been alone my whole life, even in crowded rooms. Why would I have any desire to keep anybody in my life that's not serving me or serving in this greater purpose with me? Why would I have any desire for that? I don't really care about public scrutiny. I know my life is very public. The thing is, even behind closed doors, there's no diabolical plot or scheme. It's all me doing self-love, healing, self-care, meditation, exploring new avenues of the conscious mind, expanding my consciousness, and learning more about me to better serve humanity as a whole. And anybody that actually knows me knows that's who I am and what I'm about, regardless of what my past looks like. It's because I made a conscious decision to change my life and not operate in those energies anymore. And what they don't tell you about certain energies is that once you vibrate high enough, once you are a catalyst of your own energetic frequency and it's different and it's higher vibration, their darkness can't even touch you. It doesn't matter where it's coming from or how powerful they are. It can't touch you because it doesn't carry the same frequency to affect you in any way, shape, or form. I chose God. I chose love. I chose light. I chose kindness. I chose internal strength and mental fortitude. I chose peace. I chose clarity. Anybody that's not with that or trying to deter me from that, I chose to let go of and separate myself from. You can choose the same. Because after what happened to me, if it's possible with me, it's possible for anybody on the planet. So now I'm choosing to try to motivate you to do and be better, to grow, to evolve. Change is difficult, but it's well worth it.